Why do so many people say not to mix shorts with your long form content on the same YouTube channel? A lot of people say that. Why is that? Like, why did that advice become so popular? And also, is it true? Is it good advice? What's true today in 2025, almost 2026? So last week I made a video where I said you should make shorts, add shorts to your channel to help with your personal branding. Okay? Help with the branding, your own personal branding, to help grow your YouTube channel. And a lot of people got confused by that because they didn't think I was in the camp of, put shorts on your YouTube channel, or put shorts, mix, what am I trying to say? They didn't think I was one to suggest you should mix shorts with long form content. And so there's some confusion there. And I want to clear that up. But I also want to talk about the history as to why people think that you shouldn't mix them and whether you should or not. Like, I want to get to the bottom of this. This is very confusing. And I guess on behalf of creators everywhere and others who call themselves gurus, I want to apologize to you for how confusing this is. I hope I can clear some of that up with this video. So, what do I believe? I believe that using shorts is a great way to boost your personal branding, okay? To get your face out there, especially if that's the kind of videos you're going to make, your long form videos. I think shorts are a great way to support your long form video. Now, what I have said in the past is I don't focus on shorts. I focus on what I'm going to call longs, okay? Long form content. I feel like I'm better at making long form videos than shorts, so I focus my time on that. And what I'll add to that is YouTube is hard. It's hard to get good at YouTube, to grow a channel, to be successful, okay? And if you're watching my videos, you're probably trying to grow your own channel, or you're thinking about starting a channel, and you're trying to learn what you can. And so I want to help with that. Because it's so hard to grow a channel, and to make long form content that people want to watch, you have to focus on making good thumbnails that people will click. You have to focus on making videos that people will continue to watch for a long time, hopefully all of your video. And that's hard to do. There's a lot of skills you have to learn to get good at that. Making shorts is equally hard, in my opinion. Maybe for other people, they find it easier to make shorts, but I don't. I think they're harder to make. When I look at a short, see, and this might come down to my viewing habits too. I watch shorts, or Instagram Reels usually, and TikToks is another type of short form vertical content. So whichever of those three you want to talk about, I'll lump them all the same and I'll call them shorts. But when I consume shorts, when I'm watching shorts, it's because I'm basically killing time. It's, there's nothing that I'm really actively doing, and I might just be, sitting in a chair and scrolling through shorts and being entertained. Okay, so, and that's the key. I look at shorts as something that's entertaining, whereas long form content is what I'll watch when I'm in my office. And I'm trying to learn something, or if I'm watching other creators and trying to learn something from them, like trying to learn whatever it is. It's more of an education thing with me. So I look at them differently, okay? And furthermore, when I'm watching shorts, I don't typically get into watching longs, and vice versa. Now, there is some exceptions. So like when I open up my browser on my computer and on the YouTube homepage, sometimes it'll show shorts. Usually it's long form content, the first row or two, but then some shorts. And every once in a while, YouTube will kind of change up what that looks like. I don't love that. So what I'll often do is I'll click on the three dots over on the right, and I'll click on show less shorts so that I just see the long form stuff. And then for, a few days, I'll only get long form content, but then YouTube will try to throw shorts back in there, right? So, but for the most part, I'm in the mode of watching long form content. So you have to understand that the audience reacts differently, okay? They are different audiences, even though there's probably some overlap. I'm one, okay? So I will watch both, but typically not at the same time, all right? So, but getting back to why I focus on longs, I just feel like I'm better at making them, and I'm not so good at making shorts. Other people may be better at making shorts, so they'll focus on shorts. So, but because I don't focus on making shorts, that doesn't mean I don't want them on my channel. Okay, I think shorts are a fantastic way to boost your brand. Okay, for branding, not necessarily to increase the number of subscribers that you get or the number of views that you get, because actually the views you get from shorts don't equal, like a shorts view does not equal a long view, not even close. It's like 1/1000th. How does it work? Like, let me explain it this way. So if you earn, let's say you earn $5 RPM, okay, so $5 per 1,000 views you earn from your long form content if you're monetized. If that's the case, you may only earn 1 to 5 cents on shorts per 1,000 views. All right, like you literally earn like 1,000th of the money you do per view. So that means you need a whole lot more views from shorts, a lot more. Like you need millions of views on shorts in order to equal thousands of views in long form content, right? So the math is completely different. And because I'm not good at making shorts that get millions of views, I choose not to spend time making them. But just because I choose not to make them doesn't mean I don't want them. So what I do is I use a tool that'll help me make them really fast, low effort, okay? But it still gets my face out there for branding, right? So like if somebody is scrolling through shorts, if they happen to be a subscriber of mine and one of my shorts pops up because of that, they'll probably maybe even subconsciously think, oh, there's Rob. But then they'll swipe and they'll go on to watch something else. It's just another way to get my face out in front of people, probably people who have already watched my long form videos, and kind of keeps me top of mind. So that's kind of the way I look at using shorts. I think it's a great way for branding and a great way to continue to be in front of your audience. So now, why do people think it's bad to put shorts on a channel where your focus is on longs? And that kind of stems from where shorts began. So back in 2021, YouTube released shorts. They added shorts to the platform, well, a separate platform. And they did that in response to how popular TikToks were becoming. TikTok and Instagram Reels, I think Instagram Reels came later. But TikTok was hugely popular in the early 2020s. And YouTube wanted to respond to that. They didn't want to lose market share. They saw that it was a popular way to consume videos, so they wanted to offer it as well. So they came out with shorts. Now, when people started making shorts, a lot of people, some people, let's just say some people, got really good at it and started to get millions of subscribers and views, right? Making short form content on YouTube. And sometimes maybe it was the same content. They would upload it to TikTok and then maybe also upload it to YouTube, right? And that's what I do. Like if I make a short, I will then also upload it to Instagram and TikTok. But now some of these channels that did so well with the shorts, they then realized that they weren't making very much money from these shorts. They needed millions and millions and millions of views to make any amount of money. So they then decided to try to get into long form content. They had a channel with millions of subscribers. Let's make some long form content and start making some money. Well, it didn't go so well. What happened was their long form videos tanked. They didn't do well. What they found was their subscribers were not interested in the long form content. And that's not because the long form content might not have been good, but they grew their channel based on their shorts, and the audience that they grew was used to watching short form content. And a lot of them didn't transfer over and want to watch long form content. They just wanted to watch shorts. So then what happened? Well, they decided that we should have a separate channel for our long form content and keep the longs and the shorts separate on separate channels. And many people went that way, and they would have more success because now the long form content, they would be building a channel from scratch just with long form content, and they'd be building that channel with the right audience, okay? Not necessarily the audience that was already into watching shorts. So that worked much better for them. So then the popular notion became, well, you have to keep your shorts and your longs separate. They have to be on different channels. But see, that only holds true if the audiences don't align. Okay, if one audience only wants to watch shorts and one only wants to watch longs. If you build your audience and they want to watch both, depending on where they are, or actually, let me put it a better way. If all of your content is geared towards the same audience, whether your content is short form or long form, then you should have no trouble at all. And YouTube came out with an update in 2022 and then in 2023 that basically clarified this. YouTube announced that shorts are a legitimate pathway to your long form content, and that's via the homepage. So people could find so people who are watching shorts, okay, could then click to get to your homepage or your channel homepage, YouTube homepage, and from there they could go on to watch your long form content. That became a viable way, and that made sure that shorts no longer poisoned your long form content. All right, so here's another way to look at it. If the argument is that if your subscribers came to you from shorts, then, when you come out with a long form content, not as large a percentage of your subscribers are going to want to watch it because a certain percentage of your subscribers came to you via shorts. That doesn't make any sense, because don't you think YouTube knows where your subscribers came from? All subscribers aren't created equally. YouTube knows where your subscribers came from, whether it's long form content or short form content. They know the habits of your subscribers. Furthermore, subscribers aren't worth, they're still worth something, but they don't carry the same weight as they used to, okay? It's not so much your subscribers that matter, but it's who's watching your videos. And the people who are watching your videos will be served more impressions of your future videos. All right, so people who are watching your long form videos will be served more impressions of your future long form videos. It's as simple as that. So if you make shorts, and if those shorts do well with the shorts audience, then you will be served, or you will be given more impressions to your viewers of your shorts content. Same thing with your longs. And if you can have some overlap, whereby if your content is the same or same niche, right? If you are like, I'm going to be the same person in my shorts as I am in my longs. In fact, the way I make my shorts is I take my long form video, and I'll upload it to a service which will create a whole bunch of shorts from it using AI automatically, and insert the captions automatically, so I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to focus on making those. They're just created for me, but it is me, and it's me, it's a snippet out, or a clip from a long form video. And it's just a way, again, to get people to keep me top of mind, so people don't forget who I am, so that when they are in shorts mode watching shorts, I may still pop up and be in front of my audience. And that's a good thing. So the bottom line here, and then I'm going to give you some takeaways. I want you to take something away from this. I don't know if you can tell, but it's getting kind of dark here. This is looking awfully bright to me. I want you to take something away here. Shorts will only hurt your long form content, your channel that's primarily long form content, if your shorts are serving a different niche, if the content is a different niche, or if the content you're trying to reach with your shorts don't care about your long form content. That's kind of obvious, kind of the same thing. Or if your shorts are just memes or funny little skits designed to get a whole bunch of views. Right? If you get a whole bunch of views because you made a humorous or funny short, it's good. It could take off and get a whole bunch of views, and maybe even a bunch of subscribers. But that's not necessarily going to help your long form content if it doesn't align, right? If it's not within the same niche. If you get a whole bunch of viewers that aren't going to be interested in your long form content. So I got 3 takeaways though for you. So that was kind of my conclusion. But my takeaways for you are, number 1, don't believe everything you hear. And that includes what you hear from me. Okay, I'll even say that. Whatever you hear on YouTube, whatever advice people are giving you on YouTube, I'd like to think that most of it is coming from a good place, a place that, that they actually believe that advice. That may be fine, that may be true. But, that doesn't mean the advice holds water. Okay? They may be they may not have all the facts, or they may just be reporting on the results they've seen. Well, maybe the person giving you that advice, they made a bunch of shorts, but they had not, they were funny videos of their dog, whereas, their long form content is teaching you how to barbecue. I don't know, two totally different things. Then of course, the shorts are not going to hurt the longs, and might even hurt if you try to grow two separate audiences within the same channel, right? That's the main thing. You need to try to grow one consistent audience for your channel, and then you can use shorts and longs to try to grow that audience. The next takeaway is you need to become a critical thinker, I believe. If you want to be successful with this, you need to become a critical thinker. And what I mean by that is try to gather as much advice as you can, but take it all with a grain of salt. Ask questions, right? Like you can ask questions in people's comments section, or if you know of other people in the industry, if you have other, industry friends, ask them what they think and why, right? Don't just take people's advice as being, oh, that must be true because he said it. Okay, do your own digging and try to, it's easier said than done, but like try to think things through logically. Like why? So, why would YouTube give you the ability to create shorts and long form content if one could hurt the other? Okay. That just doesn't make sense to me. That's not the way, it's not in their best interest. And the last takeaway is that no matter what we're talking about here on YouTube, you will find arguments both for and against everything on YouTube. Doesn't matter what we're talking about, you're going to find people in Camp A and people in Camp B. So virtually everything. And what you have to be careful of is if you start watching some videos of people who are promoting one idea, okay, and not the other idea, and you go down one, let's say, rabbit hole fairly deep, YouTube is going to learn that that's the type of content you want to watch, and they're going to start feeding you more and more of that. And before you know it, you think that must be true because that's all you're seeing out there. Whereas there could be another side, okay, that you're missing. That's what you have to be careful of. So whatever advice you're getting from YouTube, take it with a grain of salt, ask questions, and try to understand what's really behind the advice that you're hearing. All right, that's all I got. It's getting pretty dark. All the lights have come on. I'm going to go in, edit this, and put it out tonight. So thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions about this, let me know in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer. And that said, I'll see you in the next video. My name is Rob. Thanks for watching. If you're new here, welcome. It's nice to meet you. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. All right, guys. Bye.